Okay, so I did something genuinely insane last month, and I need to tell you about it before I chicken out and pretend it never happened. I let an AI app control my entire budget for 30 days. Like everything. My rent money, my grocery runs, my impulse buys at Trader Joe's, the random Ubers I take when I'm too lazy to walk 12 blocks. All of it. And before you ask, no, I was not drunk when I signed up for this. I was completely sober. Stone cold sober. Which honestly makes it so much worse. Here's what happened. I was scrolling through TikTok at like 2 in the morning because apparently I hate sleep. And I saw this ad for an app called MoneyMind that was like, we use AI to optimize your spending in real time. And I was like, okay, that sounds fake. But also, my Amex bill just hit $13,000. So clearly, I need an intervention. So I downloaded it. Gave it access to my bank accounts, which in hindsight feels like the setup to a Dateline episode. But whatever, we're here now. And it immediately started making decisions for me. Not suggestions, decisions. The app worked like this. Every time I tried to buy something, it would ping my phone and either approve it, deny it, or suggest an alternative. And at first I thought, okay, this is kind of like having a really judgmental friend with me at all times, which honestly, I already have. But fine, let's see what happens. Day 1, I'm at Whole Foods trying to buy oat milk, and the app pings me and says, denied, cheaper option available at Trader Joe's, redirect suggested. So I had to leave Whole Foods empty-handed like some kind of peasant. I went to Trader Joe's, bought the oat milk, saved $4. The app sent me a little celebration notification like, good job, Sophia, you're building wealth. And I was like, oh my God, this thing is patronizing me harder than my mom. Day 4, tried to order Thai food at 10 p.m. because I had the kind of day where cooking felt like a personal attack. And the app was like, absolutely not. You have groceries. Make something. I'm standing in my kitchen, literally arguing with my phone like a complete psychopath. Made scrambled eggs. Saved $23. Hated every single bite. Day 9. I was supposed to meet friends for brunch in Williamsburg, and the app suggested I cancel and make brunch at home instead. I ignored it. Went anyway. Ordered the avocado toast with poached eggs and a Bellini because I'm a human being with actual feelings. The app sent me this passive-aggressive notification that said, you chose to override the suggestion, tracking discretionary spend. I wanted to throw my phone into the East River. But here's the thing. By week 2, I started noticing patterns. The app wasn't just randomly denying stuff to be annoying. It was learning what I actually needed versus what I was buying out of boredom or stress or because some influencer posted it on Instagram. It blocked my 3rd candle purchase of the month. It stopped me from buying another black blazer when I literally already own 4 identical ones. It caught me trying to resubscribe to a meditation app I used exactly once in January. And I realized, oh wow, this is what I sound like when I'm making excuses to myself about money. The AI didn't care that I had a bad day. It didn't care that the blazer was 40% off. It just looked at the numbers and said, no, babe, this is not aligned with your goals. Which is brutal, but also kind of fair, because my actual goal is to pay off this Amex, and every dumb little purchase I justify is another month of paying interest to chase. Week 3, I started testing it on purpose. I tried to buy concert tickets to see Bad Bunny, and the app was like, approved, but you need to shift funds from your eating out budget. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll meal prep more this month. Done. I felt like I was negotiating with a robot therapist who had access to my credit score. But it worked. I got the tickets. I stayed on budget. I didn't spiral into credit card debt over it. By the end of the month, I had saved $642, which is not like quit your job money, but it's also not nothing. That's more than I've saved in a single month in like 2 years. And I didn't have to manually track every purchase in a spreadsheet or feel guilty every time I opened my banking app. The AI just did it. So here's what I actually learned. Automation can be really helpful if you set it up right, but you have to be the one setting the words. The app worked because I told it what my priorities were up front. Pay off debt, build savings, stop buying candles I will literally never burn. If I had just let it run wild without any direction, it would have been a complete disaster. It tried to get me to cancel my Spotify subscription, and I was like, absolutely not. I will eat instant ramen for a week before I give up my Discover Weekly playlist. Some things are non-negotiable. The other thing I learned is that AI doesn't understand context, and this is actually important. It doesn't know that sometimes you need to spend $23 on Thai food because you're too exhausted to function. It doesn't know that brunch with your girls is not just about the avocado toast. It's about showing up for your people and maintaining relationships that actually matter. It can optimize numbers all day long, but it cannot optimize your actual life. And if you let it make every single decision, you're going to end up technically efficient and emotionally miserable, which sounds like my worst nightmare. So, would I do it again? Honestly, yeah, but not for every single dollar. I'm keeping the app for the big stuff, the subscriptions I forget about, the impulse buys that don't actually make me happy, the budget categories where I know I'm a complete mess and need actual help. But I'm taking back control of the small joys, the oat milk I actually want, the dinner I actually need after a 12-hour day, the concert tickets that make life feel worth living. Because money is a tool, and automation is a tool, and AI is a tool, but you're still the one building the life, and no app can do that for you. You have to decide what matters. The robot can help you stick to it, but it can't tell you what brings you joy, or what's worth spending on, or when to override the algorithm, because you're a human being and not a spreadsheet.